New act to supervise usage of tobacco, vape, e-cigarettes and shisha. Police and Perhilatan join forces to combat poaching of endangered species. Hello and good afternoon. Welcome to News on 2. I'm Mohammed Amin Carlos. The Ministry of Health, MOH, is currently drawing up a new act to supervise the usage of tobacco, vape, electronic cigarettes and shisha in the country. Its Minister, Dr. Zulkifli Ahmad, says the Tobacco Act is expected to tackle the issues comprehensively. Elaborating further on the matter, Dr. Zulkifli said the drawing up of the new act will require an in-depth research on various aspects before it can be tabled.
Kita nak buat satu yang bersifat menyeluruh, akta tembakau namanya, yang pada saat ini dalam pemerhatian AGC ataupun PUU kami dahulu, dan bakal kita bentangkan dan majukan ya, kepada Keluam Chamber ataupun Chamber Kamar Peguam Negara.
The Minister said this after launching the Communication for Behavioral Impact Kombi Convention in conjunction with the ASEAN Dengue Day and National Level Dengue Free Institutions of Higher Learning Award in Sri Iskandar yesterday. Well, 2 General Operations Force GOF battalions from the Sonoy Prague unit have been deployed to assist the Department of Protection of Wildlife and National Parks Perhilatan in a bid to combat illegal poaching activities involving especially the Malayan tiger, which is in danger of becoming extinct. Now, Inspector General of Police Dr. Sri Abdul Hamid Badour said the police are ever ready to train and supply firearms to Perhilatan members for protection. Dr. Sri Abdul Hamid instructed a battalion of police comprised of 500 personnel to be on standby to assist Perhilatan members in crippling poaching activities, as well as to track traps that have been set up in the jungle. He said the police will not hesitate to respond accordingly should the poachers act aggressively, endangering the lives of the police and Perhilatan members during the operation.
Adanya satu batalion Sungai Perak yang sedia membantu Perhilatan ya, yang selama ini yang saya dengar amat tercabar sekali tugasan mereka di dalam hutan, nyawa mereka diancam oleh kumpulan-kumpulan pemburu haram daripada luar negara ni tadi yang begitu berani, begitu ganas. Dan kali ini PDRM akan bersama-sama dengan Perhilatan, kami akan memberikan sedikit latihan lain dalam menggunakan senjata api. Dan pihak saya telah menyediakan SOP-nya apabila berdepan dengan pemburu-pemburu haram yang mengancam nyawa pegawai-pegawai Perhilatan.
Dr. Sri Abdul Hamid said this after attending the Global Tiger Day 2019 and launch of the Save Harimau Malaya 2019-2020 campaign yesterday in Putrajaya. In a related development, water, land and natural resources, Dr. Xavier Jayakumar said 3 areas would be given focus in operations to eliminate illegal poachers, namely Belum Temenggur Tropical Forest, Pahang Terengganu National Park and Endau Rompin National Park. These areas have been identified as habitats of the Malayan tiger and is often the target of illegal poachers who come from abroad.
Kita sampai sekarang telah tangkap 24 orang. Dan kita telah pun bawa ke mahkamah. Satu kumpulan telah pun dijatuhkan hukuman yang berat sampai 18 tahun dipenjarakan. Lagi satu kumpulan sekarang di dalam proses untuk dibawa ke mahkamah untuk hukuman mereka.
Dr. Xavier said the ministry also aims to raise the population of the Malayan tigers to 500 tigers within the next 5 years, seeing as the population has drastically dropped to less than 200 tigers left in the wild. Well, the Johor government yesterday announced the setting up of a permanent committee on environment to address issues on pollution more effectively. Now, State Local Government Urban Wellbeing and Environment Committee Chairman Tan Cheng Chun said the committee would focus on 3 main types of pollution control, namely water pollution, air pollution and waste management. Tan said the main objective of the committee is to address pollution issues in Johor via monitoring and enforcement on environmental matters. In a statement released, Tan said additionally the committee will coordinate actions between agencies through their respective jurisdictions so that integrated action can be taken. Tan said he would chair the committee with members comprising representatives of the various agencies. He said so far there were 25 agencies and departments involved, but the full list of the committee would be announced after it is finalized. Tan said the involvement of various agencies in the committee is crucial because the cause of form of pollution are diverse and require intelligent and effective integrated action for the sake of the people's well-being. Women across Malaysia are urged to undergo a human papillomavirus DNA or HPV DNA test in a bid to prevent cervical cancer. Deputy Prime Minister Dato Sri Dr. Wan Azizah Wan Ismail said 7 million ringgit has been allocated for the HPV DNA test, which is available free of charge at all National Population and Family Development Board or LPPKN clinics. As of July, a total of 14,875 women have undergone cervical cancer screening under the program.
Satunya mungkin memang mereka mengetahui, tetapi masa dulu susah sikitlah, leceh sikitlah untuk pergi tunggu berjam-jam dekat klinik hospital, tengok berapa minit, lepas tu nak kena masukkan apa yang panggil mulut itik tu, dan tidaklah selesa dan juga sakit sikitlah kadang-kadang kan, sebab jadi wanita tidak mahu menjalani ujian ini. Tapi sekarang ni memang mudah buat sendiri, dan dalam Rose Project ni dalam 2 minggu boleh dapat kesan atau yes or no. Kalau yes, kena pergi buatkan pemeriksaan yang lebih lanjut.
The Women, Family and Community Development Minister said this yesterday during the launch of the cervical cancer screening campaign held at Ampang Jaya, Selangor. Attica, through the free cervix screening program, along with the Rose Foundation, have prepared their services for 6,000 local women aged 30 to 49 in the B40 group. The screening program, which has allocated 1.2 million ringgit, has commenced in the area of Pandan and will be followed by Miri, Sarawak next month. Malaysia Crime Prevention Foundation MCPF Senior Vice Chairman Tan Sri Leelanthai says efforts to curb crime should not solely be responsibility of the authorities but the rakyat as well. Well, he also said the rakyat can play an important role on the aspect of individual safety. Commenting further on the matter, Tan Sri Lee said joining an NGO or voluntary programs are among the best moves to learn and gather knowledge on safety.
Dan mereka boleh dididik dan mereka boleh dipertingkatkan tahap kesedaran tentang bagaimana kita dapat mencapai keselamatan.
The NCPF Senior Vice Chairman said this at the 5th Women's Street Crime Awareness Campaign and Iron Lady Awards 2019 event in Kuala Lumpur yesterday. It was reported that the overall crime index from January until June this year has dropped by 7.1% or 3,127 cases to 41,173 cases. The overall crime index during the same period last year was 44,300 cases. Two cousins who were reported missing after they entered the forest of Gunung Pulai in Julai, Johor, were thankfully found safe by a team of firefighters at about 2:57 p.m. yesterday. Now, the two boys, Ng Ching An and Ng Wei Shen, both 21, were found 2 kilometers from the direction of the mountain peak. Pekan Nanas Fire and Rescue Department Station Chief Mahathir Basir in a statement said both the boys had followed a stranger while hiking to the summit. The victims realized they were lost after they were left behind by the stranger midway to the mountain top. The two boys then called the emergency 999 line to ask for help. And Emergency Medical Rescue Services, EMRS, along with 6 members from the Pekan Nanas Fire Station, were quickly rushed to the location upon receiving the urgent call at 12:19 p.m. yesterday. Both victims were fortunately found safe, albeit with some minor injuries. Coming up next, Streamix and Unify services to be upgraded for better internet experience. Stay with us. to. Streamix and Unify services will be upgraded to provide a better internet experience for customers nationwide. Now, TM Group Chairman Rosalie Mann said it is part of TM's efforts to improve internet experience, especially in terms of speed and price offered. Elaborating on the matter, Rosalie said TM will address the challenges faced by the copper network through various new technologies such as fiber, wireless and gigawire. Moreover, the customers will be upgraded to the network in phases starting yesterday until 2021. 70% of customers are thus expected to enjoy the unified services by the end of 2020.
Program kita ini, kita akan menggunakan pelbagai teknologi hybrid. Dulu kita cuma fokus dengan fiber, sekarang connectivity itu ialah fiber. Copper wire yang kita pakai untuk streaming pun akan kita gunakan juga untuk menaikkan taraf ke speed yang lebih tinggi dan menggunakan teknologi wireless. Ketiga-tiga ini akan digunakan untuk naik taraf quality streaming customer kita.
To date, TM has upgraded services for 973,000 Unify subscribers, but there are still 934,000 Streamix and Unify subscribers yet to receive the upgrade. In addition, TM also announced a new broadband package speed of up to 8 megabytes per second at 89 ringgit per month for new residential customers, while existing customers will continue to enjoy the package at only 69 ringgit per month. The Johor state government has been urged to assist smallholders whose land designated for other crops to expedite the change of their land status to enable the cultivation of oil palm. And Primary Industries Minister Theresa Kok said this is to speed up the process for smallholders to obtain the Malaysian Sustainable Palm Oil or MSPO certification. Speaking to reporters at a dialogue session with palm manufacturers in Johor Bahru yesterday, Theresa said she has had a fruitful discussion with Johor Menteri Besar, Dr. Shahruddin Jamal, who said that the Johor government has agreed to expedite the process.
Mereka memang dah kata mereka pandang ini sebagai satu perkara serius dan mereka malah janjikan mereka boleh tukar syarat dan membantu tukar syarat tanah bagi pekebun kecil dalam tempoh yang sangat singkat. Jadi mereka akan bekerjasama dengan kementerian saya, MPOB, MPOCC untuk menguruskan perkara inilah.
The minister said the recognition accorded to MSPO by foreign countries will enable the country to sell its palm oil at a high price. She also said the matter was conveyed by several big companies that import Malaysia's palm oil. Theresa added that the MSPO recognition was also given by the Japanese Olympic Committee for next year, which meant that Japan will source both edible and non-edible products with MSPO certification. She also hoped that awareness on the MSPO certification, especially among the smallholders, would increase, even though the government is committed to getting recognition for MSPO certification from foreign countries. As at 30th June, only 42% out of the total of 5.85 million hectares under oil palm nationwide have been certified with MSPO. Johor still records the lowest percentage of MSPO certification with 37% out of 747,562 hectares of oil palm plantation. 42 fishermen of Kampung Bukit Pelando, Batu 12, Pasir Panjang in Port Dickson, Negeri Sembilan, affected by the Lexus Hibiscus 2 development project, will each receive a compensation of 1,000 ringgit a month. Negeri Sembilan Menteri Besar Datuk Seri Aminuddin Harun says the developers will also set aside 12 million ringgit to help the community in other ways.
Kali ini kita tetapkan 12 juta untuk tempoh 5 tahun. Kita nak jaga nelayan kita.
The new resort will boast more water and sky pool villas than those at the Lexus Hibiscus, which currently owns 2 Guinness World Records for having the most swimming pools and most overwater villas in a resort. Construction is expected to kick off next year and is expected to be completed in 2024. Selangor Menteri Besar Amiruddin Syari says 2 disused sand mining pontoons have been removed from Sungai Selangor where there was a diesel spill recently. Well, he also said he was informed by the state's sand mining concessionaire, Kumpulan Semesta Sendirian Berhad, that the 2 pontoons which were no longer in operation in the river were removed following the completion of police investigations into the source of the river pollution in the area. Amiruddin said that a standard operating procedure SOP will be set after the removal of any disused pontoon from the river area. He also said at the moment investigations are ongoing to identify the mastermind behind the pollution. However, so far there were no signs of negligence identified.
Itu cuma tumpahan minyak. Dan tumpahan minyak itu bukan disebab setakat ini dari pandangan mata kasar saya tak nampak isu kecuaian. Tapi bila polis siasat, kalau ia cuai, kita akan ambil tindakan.
The Selangor Menteri Besar said this after handing over 1,200 head of cattle to mosques and suraus in the state in conjunction with Hari Raya Aidil Adha in Shah Alam. And that concludes this afternoon's edition of News on 2. In our top story, police and Perhilitan join forces to combat poaching of endangered species. Now, News on 2 is on the lookout for editors and presenters for our bulletins. So if you are interested to join our English news team, please email your application and CV to newson2@gmail.com. Till then, I'm Muhammad Amin Carlos signing off for News on 2.